Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on December the 7th, 2020. Brexit stumbles over EU and UK trade disagreements. On Monday, Brexit remained suspended as Britain and the European Union made a final attempt to overcome significant differences in order to conclude a trade deal that would have avoided a disorderly exit in just 24 days. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier told national envoys in Brussels on Monday morning that an agreement had not yet been reached in trade negotiations in the UK. Fears of a chaotic Brexit without a trade deal until December the 31st have increased. However, negotiations will resume in Brussels before Prime Minister Boris Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen review the situation overnight. Sterling was just below the dollar, weakening its 2 through 1.5 year highs at $1.3540 on Friday. Asian stocks fell due to growing U.S.-China tensions. Asia-Pacific stock indices as a whole fell on Monday morning as they digest disappointing U.S. employment data and growing tensions between the U.S. and China. Japan's Nikkei 225 index fell 0.50%, while South Korea's Kospi dropped 0.42%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index lost 1.81%. Chinese Shanghai Composite fell by 0.43% as U.S. plans to impose sanctions on at least a dozen Chinese officials for their role in disqualifying 4 leaders of the Hong Kong opposition in November. Published on Friday, the U.S. employment data showed the number of new jobs in the manufacturing sector in November increased by 27,000, which is below the 43,000 forecast and growth of 33,000 in October. The number of jobs outside the agricultural sector increased by only 245,000 compared to the forecast of 469,000 and growth of 610,000 in October. The disappointing data raised hopes that the U.S. Congress will pass a bipartisan bill worth $908 billion by December the 11th, after which the government will stop working. China export growth up, surplus at record high. China's exports in November grew at the fastest pace in almost 3 years, driven by strong demand for goods needed to overcome the pandemic. This provided the world's second-largest economy with a record trade surplus. Exports in November increased by 21.1% in dollar terms compared to the previous year, while imports by 4.5%, reported Monday at the customs office. This left a trade surplus of $75.4 billion for the month, which was the largest according to data at least as early as 1990. Economists predicted that exports would grow by 12% and imports by 7%. MasterCard to inquire into charges against Pornhub. On Sunday, MasterCard Inc. said it was investigating charges against Pornhub.com after the New York Times column written by Nicholas Kristof described video footage on Pornhub that the author said were footage of attacks on women and girls. Pornhub disproved the charges. The MasterCard said he was investigating charges against the bank of Pornhub's parent company MindGeek. Billionaire investor Bill Ackman urged MasterCard and Visa Inc. to temporarily withhold payments to Pornhub following a column in the newspaper.